Welcome back to NSUSpartans.com. We're here at Dick Price Stadium. The final preseason intra-squad scrimmage was tonight for the Spartan football team. A little over 1 hour in tonight's scrimmage as they continue to count down to kick off next week against Elizabeth City State. Joined now by head coach Latrell Scott. And coach, pretty short scrimmage tonight, the shortest of your three, but some good work on both sides. Got in, got out, and the countdown's on.
Well, it's been a long training camp, and obviously the first two scrimmages we want to get a ton of work done. Tonight, the most important thing to do was to get the two series and get them out so that we had everybody healthy going into next week, and we were able to accomplish that. So I'm pretty pleased about it.
2 possessions for your first team offense, 2 touchdowns. Greg Hankerson looking pretty sharp here tonight, as well as the unit out there with him. What have you seen from that offensive unit as this training camp has progressed?
We're pleased with the progression of our offense, but obviously as the head coach, you're excited that the offense comes out and takes 2 drives down the field, but you're a little bit worried about where the defense was in those 2 drives. But offensively, to put together a 75-yard drive and a 97-yard drive, that's something that we hadn't been able to do in the past. Talked a ton about staying on schedule, not turning the ball over. We did that. But defensively, we got to make sure that we're getting people off the field. Passing
game seemed to be in a good rhythm for you here tonight. Looks like Greg has a lot of confidence in a couple of youngsters at wideout, Marcus Taylor, George Wahi. How does that transition go from an older group of receivers this year to a younger group? But it seems like Greg has a lot of confidence in those 2 particularly.
Those have become his guys, and it comes from winter and summer work. Those guys have been working together since January. They were all here all summer long, and they spent time on the football field, away from the football field, so there's a ton of chemistry amongst those 3 guys. And when you have guys that have the ability to catch and carry, like Marcus and George do, that gives us a dimension that we didn't have a year ago.
Obviously, Coach, coming into your final preseason scrimmage tonight, not a whole lot of work for your number 1 offense, but you wanted to see some other units of your offense, the second and third string guys, really try to step up, find their roles on this team. What were some positions that you had your eye on coming into tonight's scrimmage, and how did you feel they looked tonight?
I think the biggest one was trying to figure out who our backup quarterback would be going into the week. We had Keenan Humphrey and Tyreek Givers-Wilson battling for that job, and we actually played an extra series to get Keenan in equal reps, so we'll come back and evaluate that tomorrow to figure out who that is. There's still competition on the defensive line. There's still competition in the secondary. Trying to figure out who our next group of offensive linemen are that can help us. So we did try to play some of the younger guys to try to figure out where our depth is and to figure out who will redshirt and who we won't.
We've talked a lot the last few weeks about Norfolk State. Now we actually have an opponent less than 7 days away now coming up with Elizabeth City State. What will your focus be this week, trying to get ready for the Vikings, a team we haven't played in some years, a little bit of an unknown there as well with a new head coach in Ernest Wilson, who obviously we know formerly of Savannah State. But what will you be looking for as far as game planning, getting ready this week for Elizabeth City?
We'll try to find out as much as we can. Obviously, we know Coach Wilson from his days at Savannah State, and obviously by me spending time at the CIAA, you know some of the personnel at Elizabeth City, but you don't really know a lot about their team because they've had some coaching staff turnover. So we're not really sure what they're going to do. We'll try to prepare the best we can. I think in first games of the season, the best thing you can do is make sure that you have your own team prepared.
All right, Coach, well, we're less than a week away now heading into the Labor Day Classic. We wish you guys good luck and good health this week and look forward to seeing you guys in action for the first time for real next Saturday night.
I appreciate it. Challenge to the Norfolk State fans. I'd like to make sure that we try to fill Dick Price Stadium next week. A lot of people wanted this game to be at night, and our administration made it possible to move the game time. So let's make sure that we get out and support these young men as we renew the Labor Day Classic.
All right, Coach, well, we're looking forward to it. A week away. We know the fans are excited as well. All the off-season momentum builds to next Saturday night as the Spartans take on Elizabeth City State in the ABNB Labor Day Classic. Again, kickoff has been pushed back to 6 p.m. We hope to see you there next Saturday night. We'll be back with more, much more, as we head on into the season opener at NSUSpartans.com.